lower back issues are so prominent and have such an issue on people's functional ability is because they lose that ability to actually leverage and pivot from the hip on a regular occurrence. So a lot of the time people, when they have their back injuries, really tight through their hips, feet start to turn out a little bit, so they're actually walking around with an altered gait like this all the time, really tight through the hips again. It just obviously starts to snowball and get worse and worse. Over here, especially people with that lower back injury, they're going to be sitting down like this, and the first thing they want to do, again, is they want to lean forward when they want to get off the couch or off the toilet. They put their weight through their toes, and they sort of generally go like that, and you're getting that fold and getting all that compression through your lower spine. Really want to try and build this into everyday practice, hips back and down, sitting up like that. Generally what we find when people come in to do any type of lift or lift from the ground, generally what we see, the first thing people do is they actually bend from the knees straight away, drop straight on the toes, and that generally only leaves you with an opportunity to then bend from that sort of lumbar spine area. Drop your shoulder blades, and all of a sudden when you're going to lift, you'll see a lot of people fold up like that. So this exercise is going to demonstrate is actually called a glute bridge. We're looking to obviously just get that tilt back of the pelvis so that back's grabbing nice and flat onto the ground again, putting the weight through our heels. What we're actually trying to do here is actually push the weight through our heels. We're going to lift up as high as you can go. You're going to hold 1, 2, and then go nice and slow down. But as you come down nice and slow, we really want you to concentrate on that back landing nice and flat on the ground again. The next sort of phase that I like to introduce from here is bringing out that single leg. So we actually do a single leg glute bridge. Just push it a little bit more resistance through your glutes and your hamstrings while still trying to keep that back nice and flat. And comes nice and slow down. Also slightly activates the external rotators of your hip. Again, the key is trying to keep that back nice and flat. What we don't want to see is that really big arch under the back, because then you just don't get the activation you're looking at, and see how it just looks all wobbly and obviously not stable. And the first movement that I always like to teach when doing a squat lift is pushing those hips back and down, the slide out turn of your feet. So you're pushing those hips back and down. So as you come down, you can actually see I've got a nice straight back. Weight's actually running through my heels. You'll see my knees don't go over the balls of my feet. I actually can wiggle my toes in this position, which allows for a nice good lift up from the ground.